Fantastic. Hello, everybody. What's going on? So today we're doing another Instagram live on Instagram, but specifically for all the people who are on school, you're going to be seeing all of this specifically. And today we're going to go over a system that I developed for the both of us called the Content Flywheel for short form specifically. And then actually we can actually talk about how this applies to YouTube as well afterwards. So I guess I'll just start with like why I even made this in the first place. So a lot of people like myself, they're more so about like the creation of content, right? Like they're like, I need to make content today, I need to make content tomorrow, and then blah blah. I need to make more ideas, create, which is great, right? And it's fantastic. Love that. However, there comes to a point where you're going to have to realize it's like, okay, this is not scalable because I'm basically trying to make the same thing over and over and over again. You're basically starting at zero every single day, especially if you're posting 10 to 20 to even almost dang near 30 times. Shout out to Alex Mosey. So what I did was just like, man, I have to make a concept for our students, like for all of our students, so that way they can understand how this works, right? So more so than anything else, I developed this, the Content Flywheel, which is essentially I guess like an addition to stuff that I've already learned from other coaches specifically that I've spent tens of thousands of dollars to learn from. And it really works. I mean, we've literally in the past 3 months, we've done more than 8 million views. Actually, we've done 12. Actually, we've been checking the numbers. 12 million views, over 200 appointments set, half of them set by just cold DM. And I think that's amazing. And it's literally the power of what like content could actually do for you. So let's get into it. So it's, as you can see here, there's literally just a funnel. Everything is a funnel. Shout out to Russell Brunson. Everything is a funnel. Like literally you can see this, right? So there are 3 different categories of short form content. And Zach, you can jump in whenever you feel like. It's essentially grow content, nurture content, and convert. I'm going to literally explain those first before we talk about the types of content in these specific categories. So grow content is literally your time to create a baseline of videos or specific content that you can put out any day of the week. Like we're talking anything regards to like, oh, I'm going to make a bunch of content so I can basically batch it out, or these are videos that I can make in one sitting, or like 100 videos in one day. It doesn't matter. Oh, and essentially videos that are culturally relevant, meaning like they're part of a trend, or somebody happens to be doing a specific type of video every single day, like this, that, and the third. This is like, then it's more often than not, you probably are thinking like, I should probably do this video too for my industry, obviously. Then the second portion is nurture. And because Instagram and TikTok, specifically short form, and even YouTube Shorts to a degree, is also they're all basically nurture platforms in the sense that you generate conversations with these people off of DMs, with the exception of YouTube, and they basically are like, okay, cool. What am I going to do with my business? So what you do is essentially you provide a free value plus who you are. So what does that mean? You're basically talking about you and your business. Essentially everything, like as if you were on a FaceTime call. It says here, format plus big brother, big sis. If you can just imagine yourself as like you're the big brother of your whole audience, or the big sister of your whole audience, then you're basically trying to do nurture content. Because what's going to happen is that somebody's going to see a video, this point in their, I guess, in the sales cycle, let's say they're part of already your funnel, but let's say they're at like month 2 or month 3 of seeing your content pretty much every single day. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, wait, dang, like this person's talking about losing weight. I'm a mom. I got to do that too. Wait, hold up. I don't want to look fat. I want to look like the way that I looked like when I was 20. What happened? Oh my goodness, this lady, she's teaching moms. Oh my gosh, she's teaching her how to lose weight. Fantastic. I love this person. She's so funny. Blah, blah, blah. So essentially providing value. Who are you? What about your business? This is what she does about her business. Oh my gosh, this is how she helps so many women. Blah, blah, blah. That's awesome. I might not make a decision now, but I might make a decision later in the future. And then the last, which is essentially Zach's favorite, which is essentially conversion content, right? This guy. Conversion content, which is essentially, now it's time to buy. Like I'm trying to sell you right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to sell you in the most shameless way possible. You know what I mean? Which essentially will be broken down in videos literally talking about your offers. It's very simple. Like, you can literally or even just, like, your systems, how does it work for specific people in a specific niche? Like, what exactly do you have in order to prove to the person that you're that's basically watching your video that you can actually provide them the results that they can? And a really great example of this would be, like, a short form version of a lot of YouTube videos in the info space, whereas they're like, "Oh, I got $10,000 in 3 weeks. This is how I did it." And it's just like, literally, it's like, "If you wanna join the coaching program, the first link in description, blah, 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 blah." So, those are
Mhm.
the categories. Now, as far as, Zach, do you wanna say something or do you wanna let me
Well, I mean, short form is more your side, but I guess I could dive into some long form as
Yeah,
well.
just yeah, well, it's also the reason why I'm asking you is because Zach, his affinities towards long form. So more
Mhm.
often than not, most of our students are going to be like you. They're going to be like, "Why the heck am I going to do a short form for?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So I would rather you say your opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, "Oh, I didn't know
Mhm.
about grow content. I didn't know about nurture. Like, what the content
Yeah.
flywheel means to me. Blah blah blah." Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Well, when it comes down to it, it's like for me, I'm the type of person, specifically, I'm sure our students know that I'm just very like direct to the point. Like, you want it, boom, because that's just how like the no BS sales systems has worked for me, and that's kind of more how it works on YouTube per se. Of course, this funnel still works, but really, when it comes down to is like I guess when we started to scale, I guess I kind of really figured out or realized the value of the grow content in general, where it's like content itself where you want to just get eyeballs specifically, not specifically eyeballs for your ICP, but to just get eyeballs in general to generate that traffic to kind of put you in the algorithm and to kind
Right.
of get the systems ready to go, right? So grow content is very important. I would say it says it's 50% of your content, which it makes sense. Half of your content should be to get more people to see it.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of how I started off. Cause like for me before, I've always just wanted to do like hard sales, hard things like that. And that doesn't really work as well, right? People don't want to
Right.
see that all the time, especially on the Instagram. So just depends on
Absolutely.
the platform you're on as well.
Right. Yeah, for short form, it's like you have to cater towards their interests more so as the person rather than just what you're trying to sell.
Mhm.
Which is part of like it's like we're trying to develop a relationship with these people without them even realizing it.
Mhm.
As they go down the funnel, their relationship becomes more profound because of the type of content that we're actually making and any pain point or roughly anything that they actually are genuinely enjoyed or they're interested in, they'll realize as they go down the funnel. And that's the reason why this exists. So let's get into grow content first, which is my favorite because I get to talk about a bunch of stuff. But here are the top 6, I guess, categories or structures in grow content. They're very simple. So roughly, you have Yap videos at the top, roughly because Yap videos you can talk about anything. I mean, like a lot of people are right now are basically doing Yap videos on a consistent basis. They're literally talking about their mom, their brother, their sister, their cousin, like their dog, like how a hamster poops. Like it's ridiculous, you know. Like,
Mhm.
it's literally so ridiculous. But the main 4 content buckets that I happened to find, when I was doing all of this is when I basically took a mastermind with, Ryan McGinn, and he showed us a guy that does email sequencing, like, as far as, like, cold email, but he does cold email for other businesses, so he calls it cold email sequencing. And, he was basically getting all of his leads from Yap videos,
Mhm.
which is insane. And he has like 100,000 followers on TikTok and I think like 10,000 or 12,000 on Instagram. And he still gets leads to this day. I think he's developing an app right now. Anyway,
Mhm.
that's besides the point. The 4 main content buckets are life advice, observations of society, travel, and controversial takes. Like whoever's watching this right now, they could obviously think like, "Oh my gosh, like controversial takes. I've seen so many one of this." It's like, yeah, absolutely, because they're so easy to make. It's like it's like the question of like, does pineapple belong on pizza? Right? The whole point of Yap videos is to get people to say heck yes or heck no. That's literally the only point of Yap
It's
videos.
cause and reaction.
Right, which is to be able to cause a reaction, but in the sense of like essentially finding your people. Right? Because more often than not, the people who are going to say yes are the people who are going to actually follow you, engage with your stuff, and eventually do a sale with you in the next 3 months, 3 to 6 months usually.
Mhm.
So those are pretty much the 4. I mean, Zach, do you want to say anything about that before I just continue, or
Yeah, well, no, specifically when it comes down to that, yeah, that makes total sense, right? You're gonna with systems, that's exactly how you do it. It's kind of similar to YouTube, for example. When
Mhm.
it comes to the top of the line grow content, it's kind of similar to it. I don't
Yeah,
know if I can kind of share my screen and show you kind of on YouTube how we're implementing that.
sure. I can go to YouTube
Okay,
right now.
beautiful, awesome. So then, what I wanted to do is kind of show you guys a little bit on how we implement that on YouTube as well, specifically with the grow content.
Let
It's
me
not
just
letting me share it. Awesome.
I'll share it for you if you want.
Awesome. Yeah. So go to our YouTube channel and then just go to our main page and just go to videos. So I can walk through a couple of videos that we posted to kind of show you the systems behind that as well. So let me see here. Awesome. So perfect. So basically
That's
you
crazy.
exactly. So basically, you can see here the last couple of videos. So the video you see here, which says "Don't start an AI agency until you watch this," that is kind of similar to kind of like the controversial take, where it's like you want to make sure that like you have to watch this before you start it. Like very broad. If someone wants to start it, they're gonna click on that first to kind of see what's going on. And another top of funnel kind of video is like how I made $250,000 selling AI ads.
Mhm.
That video is very top of funnel because it's like, boom, I made all this money, and it kind of showing you exactly how to do it to just get as many views as possible.
Yes.
However, if you want to get a video that has more technical side to it, the video saying how to automate your Instagram cold DM outreach is very technical because that's going to show people exactly how to do it. That's more bottom of funnel, right? So just showing you that in every single piece of media where you post online, the funnel is going to be pretty much the same.
Nice. And I'll
Mhm.
also say towards the end of this too is at least what works on YouTube, from what I'm learning from Zach and like doing all this stuff, is
Mhm.
that like every category, like on short form, like if you were to say this is on, I think we even spoke about it once, is that the percentages are flipped. They're the inverse on YouTube. So essentially 50% would be like your conversion content, 40% would be your nurturing, and then your grow content would be like, oh, vlogging or like day in the life or whatever.
Mhm.
That would be like 10%, like maybe a one-off video every once in a while, but which is really interesting. Anyway, let's move. Let's go back into a short form. So podcasting, this is the point of contention for most of your content moving forward because with podcasting, you have no idea how many videos you could be making on a consistent basis. You can make 100 videos in a day, easy. When I was
Mhm.
doing my short form organic content agency and I was flying all over the United States, I was basically sitting down, basically asking my clients questions about their life, about all the 4 content buckets roughly, and much more to get 100 pieces of content.
Mhm.
That way, what did I say before? Is essentially you're creating your baseline. So even if you had videos that were going in the chamber, right? Like, oh, we have to post for Valentine's Day, or like, oh, I have to do this, or like, oh, I have to do that. Well, it's just like, great. Well, you just did like 3 or 4 podcasts, which like ended up in like damn near 60, 90 videos. And then now you have all these 20, 30 videos, and then now you have 120, 110. And that's assuming that you don't edit them that much. Now, if you have more high quality stuff, then that's a different story. Then you could actually make that into a system by getting higher quality cameras, which I do have and we have done in the past. But that's besides the point. But it's very easy, and more often than not, you can actually use a bunch of hacks, which I won't share here. I'll share it on
Mhm.
the school if people ask. Which
Link
I find so
in
many
bio.
hacks.
Link in bio.
That's right. The link is in bio, 1000%. But anyway, so that's one thing. And then the next thing is reactions and green screens, which they're super easy to make, right? You literally just go make a video and then respond and react or put something behind you in Instagram or TikTok. And you could also repost it to YouTube and it's gonna be great. Like it's kind of really dumb, like how to it's like one of the first options to use as a filter for both platforms. So
Mhm.
therefore you could just use that amongst anything else. And they do really well because of the fact that like you can literally point to what's behind you or what's above your head. Like right now, green screen video that's actually working really well for us, specifically in grow content, is essentially talking about the Bible, like putting
Mhm.
Bible verses up. And so we are getting so many followers, like almost dang near like 5 to 10 followers a day, because of the fact that we're telling everybody that we're Christian, which is cool, right? But it still stays the point, right? It's like it's the most wide possible. It's like there's no bigger market than Jesus, bro. Like you know what I mean? There's no bigger market. Anyway, but that's
Amen.
besides the point. For whatever you believe in, for whatever you're trying to do, green screens are very great. Next is vlogs, right? You can actually vlogging is kind of like I guess like a streamline between grow and nurture content, mainly because it's like you can take the person with you, but more so than anything else, it's especially you can get people to convert, but it's if you do it consistently. Like if you do vlogs every single day, they're gonna crush. Trust me, I've seen it. I haven't tried it yet for myself specifically, but I've seen so many people crush it. I have done it in the past, and it has gotten people to actually come to do things that I wanted them to do.
Mhm.
So in the sense of like vlogging every day, I've never done that for like a 90-day stint. Is more often than not like maybe like a 2 week stint or a 3 week stint. That's the longest I've gone vlogging every single day. But I've seen so many people, and Ryan has shows me that like literally with vlogging, you could just basically like make people care about what you do on a daily basis, and then all of a sudden they want to hop in, whether it be on TikTok and Instagram. It'd be like so many get ready with me's, or like come with me to San Diego, or like come with me to Montreal. Like it doesn't matter. Like people do it all the time. And then every once in a while, they'll basically throw in a CTA in the middle of the video multiple times. They'd be like, if you want to be part of our coaching program, come and start. But but or link in bio. But the point is that people are using vlogs to their own disclosure. The only problem is that they take really long to make. Like if you're gonna do a go with me to San Diego video, it's gonna take a week to make. If you do a week excursion, that's what's
Exactly.
up.
And I would want to say, I want to add on to that. So I guess when it comes to long form, you really don't want to do vlogs on the same channel where you grow your business.
Correct.
Vlogs specifically, because the mindset of long form is completely different, right? You want to, long form is to serve the market. So if you start vlogging about your lifestyle, you start vlogging about the new car you bought, your girlfriend, how much money, like people don't want to see that when it comes to long form. People want to actually search and be like, okay, how can this help me step by step? So generally what it comes down to, if you want to do that type of vlog style content, either make a new YouTube channel on it or only do that on short form, because long form is going to be a completely different when it comes to that. Just letting you guys know about that.
True. I gotta put this on the screen because that's so valuable. Reason
Mhm.
is like you might put like a video being like, "Hey, we just hit our first 10 million year," but like
Mhm.
that would fall into this bucket for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? For Instagram, you'd be like, "Oh, come join me and follow me to my first 10 million year." It's like literally the top funnel. Like you're not gonna get any sales from that. You're gonna get people to follow you and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so interesting," blah blah, and then we'll literally go into nurture and then convert afterwards. Anyway, that's besides the point. I just felt like I needed to put the percentages because we're talking about YouTube. Anyway, next thing is trends plus YouTube peaks plus viral content bank. So we have a viral content bank in our school group, roughly that we have like just for everybody's disclosure. Come and start. Link in bio.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
No shameless plug, man. That's what this is for. Anyway, so viral. So we have a viral content bank of over 1,000 examples of videos. I actually have to refurbish it and make it to 2,000 for
Mhm.
different niches for different things. And here's a hack that a lot of people don't know. And this is kind of like public knowledge, but not a lot of people understand what it means. So let's say, for example, you're on YouTube, right? Everybody loves YouTube. They go on
Mhm.
YouTube, and then you happen to see like these points of contention, meaning the points of like where a lot of people actually hop into a video, and then
Mhm.
literally take those portions of those videos and make shorts of them. So, like, let's say, for example, Alex Mosey is talking about, like, key man risk and blah, blah, blah. And then that part of the video happens to be like a super huge peak when you literally scroll with your mouse.
Mhm.
Then guess what you're going to do? You're going to make a video, especially if you're a business person, you're going to make a video based on key man risk, right? So,
Mhm.
a lot of people, that's actually a hack that people don't realize. So, that's one thing. Another thing would be to just do trends. Roughly, all you would have to do is just scroll through your feed, your For You page, your YouTube short page, your Instagram discover page, and then just find videos that do well and then reverse engineer them to your niche. It's very simple. Like
Mhm.
it's very simple. It takes a lot of time, like ideation for sure, but it's very useful because it's worked for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And we're only
Exactly.
going to share with you guys what works, right? We're not going to share you what doesn't work.
Mhm.
So that's number 5. Then number 6 is essentially copy and paste from your favorite creators. I feel like that's kind of very self-explanatory. If they do a video, bro, if they do a video that does this, then the third, then you're probably gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And then you move on.
Mhm.
Now let's get into
Exactly.
nurture. So nurture is, like I said before, is essentially providing free value. And who the heck are you? It's like they say, oh, that's the funny neon signs guy. That's kind of racist. Um, like there's this guy from China that he just be making this like these random.
I think it's named Tony. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Tony
Like
LC Sign.
right. LC signs or whatever. And
Uh,
the neon signs. And he's funny. He's mad funny. I don't know his name, but I'm in
I
his
think it's
funnel.
Tony.
Is it Tony? Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. If he started making videos in the middle funnel, like talking about who he is, why he started the business, why is he in China of all places, blah blah, he'd be able to get a lot more people to invest in his business in other ways outside of just buying signs.
Mhm.
Mainly, and it's the same thing with anybody, right? It's like essentially the formatting. Who are you? Basically, big brother, big sis. Let me tell you something about, like I'm with my dog, like I'm talking to you like this, and this is basically what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so what type of videos can you make? You can make educational talking head videos, like frequently asked questions. Like every business has them. Like they have a page on their webpage and be like frequently asked questions. You can make those frequently asked questions into a video because they're the frequently most asked questions from your business. Hello, if one person has that question, there are probably going to be 10,000 people that have that question when they literally see your business for the first time. So those are really great. Lessons are also super important because of the fact that, like, if you're trying to be a coach too, or try to teach your client, your ICP, your ideal client profile, in order to actually do what you want them to do, you can give them lessons or just sauce, as Zach says. Just give them free sauce and just develop a relationship with them. So that way people feel like they're in debt to you. Not necessarily in debt. That's, I guess, like a negative way of saying it, but like kind of like they feel
Reciprocity.
reciprocity. Yes, reciprocity is stupid important, right? And lessons learned, overall frameworks, like you basically share anything that is not necessarily gatekeeping, but obviously, like, to some degree, you have to gatekeep for that reason in order to actually get people through the door. Otherwise, people would be stealing your stuff. So that's besides the point. Anyway, next is client wins and before and afters. I feel like these are super simple, like really self-explanatory. Like it's like my client did $50,000 this month, and but the year before he was only doing 10. Very simple. Like it's before and after. It's not really that hard to explain. Business BTS. This is one that people have a misconception with. I'm not asking you to make a vlog and then go inside to your business like a restaurant or something and then literally show like a cockroach on the floor. I'm not asking you to do that. What I'm
That's
trying
crazy.
was to get
That's
the
crazy.
experience. Is to get the experience. Like for example, how many people would watch a vlog of one of the chefs at a 3 Michelin star restaurant? A lot of people, because there's
That'd be
actually a
fire.
buzz. There's a buzz for culinary arts, right? Especially after the show Bear with Jeremy Allen White. Everybody's like, "Oh, how are they doing all this? Oh, the gelée, the saffron, the mint, the all this other stuff." Like that's interesting, right? And that's why so many people now are making food shows, and like Food Network is like almost damn near dead. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's true. I mean, look at all the freaking food shows that people have on YouTube, bro.
That's true.
Anyway. Exactly. So it's the same thing. And now if you're a business, like you have like 5 to 20 employees, you're not like crazy big, and you could also do the same thing. You could essentially get any of one of your employees and be like, "How long have you been working here? How do you like it? This, that, and third." Like, I was like, "What do you think about the founders? Do you think he's an asshole? Is he an asshole? Like, please tell me. Like, what do you think about the CEO? What do you think about this? Are the toilets clean? Like these types of things, right? So you can literally just showcase your employees, and that those already could be like a number of videos you make. Next is lead magnets. So I've changed my opinion on lead magnets. I don't necessarily,
Really?
yes, I don't hate them, but your content, your content about lessons or content about trying to give free value, those should be your lead magnets. Because no, but listen, and I'll explain why. Because more so than anything else, hold the phone. The reason why I say that is because if you're not giving the amount of value that you are supposed to be giving on all of your content, whether it be short form or long form, then you have to make lead magnets in order to get leads through the door. If your content is not making leads come through the door, then you have an issue. Like you have a problem. It's like then you're just basically putting up stuff that people would just want to watch, but they won't actually like invest in somebody with. So
I'm
let's.
telling you, man. No, I just say I hate lead magnets. I hate them so much.
I
I mean,
understand.
because me and Pedro talked about this, and I'm like, I hate them so much because I think they're completely pointless. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you're running an agency or coaching program, your goal is to get sales calls.
Yeah.
So why would you send them a free PDF for what? They
For
then
what?
waste
They're not gonna check it
time.
out.
They're not gonna check it out. You get them on a call. If they have any questions on anything, you get them on a call number one. That's what I
Right.
always say. Or you do a
Also,
webinar funnel. Webinar funnel works, but
also, also, it's just like arguably, if you can explain that whole PDF in a minute, I think that's way more valuable in comparison to just sending them a PDF after like a 5-second video and being like, "Hey, if you want the most optimal length, this stuff, blah blah blah." Now, if you were to make a text on screen video, that's a completely different situation, and you have to read, and people have the option. But more often than not, those people are going to be sent something to free, and then they're not going to do anything about it, unless that's like literally down the line. But like we're trying to make people to be decision makers like now. So those are lead magnets for me. It's like your content should have so much value. It doesn't matter what duration, because they know who you are. They know what you do. They know what you stand for. They know exactly what you were providing. Like arguably, like you should be trying to put as much value as possible. Next is personal stories. Essentially, any of the stuff like for me, it'd be like I'm Puerto Rican. Like I grew up in Puerto Rico like for 14 years, 13 years, and this, that, and the third, and had a really great time. And this is basically what I learned. Stuff that's personal about me. You know, I'm like, or like my mom is super amazing, and here's why. It's very simple. People talk about it all the time. Or essentially stuff that happens in your business. This is like for example, Zach made a video of it the other day. It's like Dragon Ball Z made me six figures.
Mm.
Right. So a lot of people would resonate with that, which is why it's kind of higher up in the funnel. But at the end of the day, it's a yacht video. But it's not exactly a grow video because you're only accepting a certain portion of the market. Not everybody likes anime, but a
Mm.
lot of people do, and that's okay. But it's a personal story though, right? So anyway, the next thing, this is kind of my favorite portion, is essentially content you enjoy making.
Mhm.
We're not necessarily, I wouldn't say we're, I would say nobody can make content that they genuinely enjoy up until you have a system like this that actually works for you in order to get people to buy stuff from you first. Because you have to listen to the market. You have to. If people are
Yeah.
literally coming in now and they're just basically going like, okay, cool, awesome, like this is amazing content, blah blah blah, and nobody buys, then you're shit out of luck. So my thing is
True.
I would put this at the last portion of nurture content. Like it's like if you've literally done everything possible in order to like get your business out there, like nobody cares about you unless it relates to your business, right? Especially if you're trying to sell somebody. Now, if you're just trying to be a content creator and this, that, and the third and make art, like that's a different story. But like everybody in our community and everybody in our school group is trying to make a business that is profitable, so that way they can live the lives and that they want, and also spend more time with their family and all this other stuff, especially within a six-figure cap. Comment start if you want to know how to do that. I'm just gonna plug it every single time.
Do it.
Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the first description. And now next is the last portion of conversion content, which is essentially your shamelessing.
Favorite type.
Yes, yes. Essentially anything about your business that like it's literally about your business, nothing else. Like I'm the CEO. This is basically what we offer. This is our program slash service. This is our offer plus our social proof with a call to action. More often than not, the farther you go down the funnel, the more call to actions you will have. Grow content doesn't necessarily have a funnel other than like follow, right? Nurture content may or may not, depending if you're talking about your business, or maybe if you're putting out like a free lead magnet on the video, not as a PDF. But conversion content is just like, yeah, you know, it's just like this is what we basically do. This is our result, and if you want to be part of it, you literally comment the word starting, you can hop in. You know what I'm saying? So
100%. It's just basically getting people directly to go, and of course that's where of course you're gonna get the most calls to action. And when it comes down to it, I mention this, like you don't only want to put a CTA in convert content. You can put CTAs in other types of
anyway,
content as well.
yeah,
Anywhere, right? So don't think like you making a video about you petting your dog can't close someone. Like
you can. It's just the different
Mhm.
types, right? So like
Yeah.
this, if people can see the higher you go in the funnel to understand that you're just trying to get viewership and followers, then that's great. The farther you go down, the closer we are to getting money. It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. So, and now here's the crazy point of contention where a lot of people don't necessarily expect what actually happened to us on the 19th day that we started posting 10 times every single day. Sometimes you'll have a video that is about business or about your business that goes viral. So then what does that happen? What do you do with it? Right. You obviously make more of them. Why? Because you're trying to catch on the momentum. People don't realize that going viral isn't necessarily like a very normal thing. People want to think like, oh, that's people what people sell. Like they sell like, oh, we can help you go viral, this, that, and the third. It's just like, but people don't really know how to go viral unless you actually know your audience. Because if I were to do content based off of my own audience, it's gonna be different from Zach's. If Alex Hormozy puts out a piece of viral content, I'm not gonna be able to make that same type of content that goes viral. And why is that? Because he has leverage. He has leverage above being basically a what is it called? People who are, I guess not an influencer, but like kind of like the person that's driving the industry,
Mm.
specifically in information.
Industry leader.
Industry, there we go, industry leader. An industry leader is going to have way more leverage in comparison to like us, right?
Mm.
But that would be a completely different situation if we have like 500,000 people watching our stuff every single day. You know what I mean? And then at that point, it's just like I could literally put literally a video of me petting my dog on short form, and then it could still freaking convert. You know what I'm saying? So because people are looking for more of that personal relationship, that one-to-one that they have with the person that they're watching. So, but that doesn't happen until you have like an actual audience. So, but yes, the point, as you can see, in every point of the funnel, your intentions are different, but they're all strategic. It's like I want the most amount of people to follow me, and on top of that, I want the most amount of people to get to know me and my business, and I want the most amount of people to buy from me.
Mhm.
That's basically it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you very
Exactly.
much. Yes. Do you have
Yeah,
any
yeah, guys.
closing
That's
remarks?
yeah, guys. So basically, when it comes to that's basically the whole short form thing. I want you guys to really like dial in and like understand a couple things when it comes to short form versus long form. Short form really is great because you can have conversation on Instagram, right? Start as many conversations as you can, turn those into clients, and it's very, very, active. You can't really have a conversation on YouTube, right? YouTube is really just to nurture and kind of get people through. Now, there are pros and cons, right? When it comes down to YouTube, I mean, you have higher quality clients because they've seen more of you. And if someone books a call directly from YouTube, they're really interested, right? They're very interested.
Yeah.
When it comes to Instagram, you probably get a higher clip or higher number of people you can talk to, which means you'll book way more calls. But sometimes the calls you book will be less quality because it just is what it is. So I want you to realize to not do just one platform. I
Mhm.
suggest Instagram and YouTube are the two platforms that should be your baseline.
I agree. And if you're only gonna focus on 2 platforms, that would be, the most important, and then maybe, like, the optional, like, TikTok. We're actually
Mm,
going into TikTok more often now these days because, we're just seeing the value, plus Alex Hormozi be posting on 6 different platforms, so I'm trying to
mhm.
get that. 1,000 pieces of content a week is crazy.
It's
450 was insane, but now it's, like, 1,000. That's crazy.
that's crazy, bro.
And if you don't believe me, he confirmed it on the George Janko podcast, which I didn't like personally. Yes, I'll put that on his but
Yeah,
anyway.
it was honestly. I mean, I love George Jenkins, but it was mid. It was mid. His
I did
questions were
I
bad.
do yeah, his questions were bad. I do like George Janko, but,
Mhm.
it was more so he was giving him a master class on life pretty much.
Yeah, it's like
It's like, "Okay, what is George is gonna reply on this? He's gonna be like, 'What the heck, guys?' You know what I mean? It's like, 'Hey,
I tried my best.
I tried my best, blah, blah, blah.'" Anyway, well, we're gonna go, and thank you so much for watching, this on Instagram. I really appreciate everybody who's watching this on YouTube or school. First of all, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching the video because we put videos out like this every single day, and you don't wanna miss them. So please subscribe, or if you're really interested in getting into a marketing agency and creating your first six-figure business or a coaching business to your six-figure business, then click the first link in the description. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one.
Yes, indeed. Signing off, my boys.